Hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, Martians and aliens. We're not specious on this channel. Everybody's welcome. My name's Alan and welcome to Mars, the second Genesis. Our anomalies today were captured with the Perseverance rover on Sol 124 and they were captured by the pair of Mastcams. For our first anomaly is located down here where the arrow is. It's located here. Here's our first anomaly here in all its stunning glory. So can you see it? There it's there. Right there. Sharp point. And just below it we have some sort of semicircle with a hole in it. And here we have a close-up of the two anomalies. As you can see, no doubt what it is. That's not part of a rock. And we've got the semicircle with a hole in it. For our next anomaly, they are out of sequence. And this is it here. I'll zoom in and pan through it for you. As you can see, it's something mechanical that has been hidden with all this white stuff. It could also be some sort of corrosion, because this may have spent a long time in the water. But I doubt it. I think it's just NASA's attempts at obfuscating the image, and have made a complete arse of it. And for our next anomaly is this. And it's located way back here. So as you can see, I'm not 100% convinced this is a rock. The reason why I'm on the fence about it is the front face and the side face are 90 degrees to one another and they're perfectly flat. So that's my first reason. The next reason is when we zoom in and we look at this piece here, the contours, you can see in the shadows, I've tried to open them up slightly. We can see a ridge. You can see it just upper left of the hand. You can see a wee ridge there. And we can see something here as well. And here. So that tells me this runs through into about here anyway. So that's the next thing that I think it's not quite a rock. And then there's this part here. There's something going on in there and here as well. If you look here, we've got a hard corner, and here we have a hard edge with some decorative stuff. Could be hieroglyphs. Quite difficult to see. And also, we've got some decorative stuff along here. I'll pan through for you, you can see. So, to me, I think this has been another one of NASA's attempts at hiding stuff. And if we look at this here, follow the lines, flowing lines. See, these two lines flow and they gradually start at a taper and widen as they go forward. And we have something on the end which looks like it could be a sculpture. To me it looks like a wee man with a beard. This is his torso. The two black dots is his eyes and his nose with a mouth. Again, it could be pareidolia. We have a hard corner here as well with some decorative trim round it. And this looks as if it's decorated as well. So all in all, I would say that this is not a rock. And then there's this. We've got two perfect triangles. I'll zoom in here and let you see that. That there, it's a rectangle split right through the centre with a line, and we've got two triangles. Yeah, that's going to happen in nature. Aye, right. And there's a piece here. We've got a perfect diamond there. And some markings, possibly carved or hieroglyphs. And we've got this bit at the front. Zoom in and show you. So I think this series of anomalies, in my opinion, is not natural. For our next series of anomalies is this. And I'll zoom out and let you see where it is. So it's way here in the distance. And here's the X3D view. So what are we looking at here? Let's have a wee sniff about and see what we can see. This here is carved. If you look at the curves and the shape of it, it is an organic sculpting of some description. Our main anomaly is this one here. These anomalies are all carved and got markings on them. It definitely looks mechanical in nature. So this certainly does not look like rocks. If you look at these, it looks like a series of roofs. If we look, it's triangular. So I would imagine these are structures that NASA has buried in sand. For our next anomaly is this one here, or two. They are located way in the distance, maybe about half a mile from the rover. And here we have them in X3D. And this to me looks like a pair of hot rods. God knows what they are. Let's examine the first one. At the back here. Looks a bit like a shoe. It's too big to be a shoe, but it looks like one. We get 3 semicircles. Get this bit, we've got a couple of holes. And if you look at the base, these are a series of triangles. And for our main anomaly is this. You just need to look at that and see that's no rock. And get this. Looks like tubing. Something circular. With wheel arches. And we've got this semicircle sort of thing going on. Definitely looks like a wee Martian car, doesn't it? Yeah, I think when the apocalypse hit, there were a couple of wee Martians sitting there ready to have a race, and they get vaporised when they were nuked. For our next anomaly, which is this. And it's located, again, way in the distance. Up here. And here we have the X3D view. The first thing here is the front, and we've got a series of triangular pieces. That does not look natural. And if you look here, this looks mechanical. So I'll zoom in for you, which is possible, and I'll do a wee pan through it to let you see. And our main anomaly is this here. If we look, we've got some sort of pattern, and we've got something sticking out, and it's got some holes in it, and some possible hieroglyphs, and this on the end. How would you describe that? A NASA cover-up, maybe? And we've got this here. This seems symmetrical, with a funny shape. And we've got this bit sticking out. And our next anomaly is this here, which is way in the distance. Way back here. As you can see, I've sharpened it up quite a bit and enhanced it. And if we look at it, we can see this may be a decorative piece to top a Martian building. It could be just a sculpture. It's all carved beautifully by some wee Martian. And we've got this mechanical looking piece at the front here. I shall zoom in and let you see. And I'll let you see the main anomaly. Lovely. And if you look in the background, we have ourselves another triangle. Possibly a roof, and whatever that is. For our next anomaly is located here. Way in the distance. And here we have the little fellow in X3D. And as you can see, there is a lot of carving going on. Is that not something, or is that not something? I mean, what can you say about that except it's stunningly beautiful, whatever it is? I'll zoom in a wee bit and pan through it so you can drool over its magnificence.
Oh my God, that's beautiful, isn't it?
For our next anomaly is this area here. I'd like to point out that there is the anomaly we've just looked at. And the next series of anomalies is this here. We'll zoom out so you can get perspective. There it's there. Just looks like a series of rocks, doesn't it? Okay, we will start on the right hand side. And we'll look at this. What can we say about this? Well, it's got a straight trim on it. And we've got possibly hieroglyphs and carving here on the side. As we go towards the left, we have this here. Doesn't look like natural rock. I'll pan through it for you. We've got this squarish sort of thing kicking out of the hole. It definitely looks mechanical. And this part here, we've got square edges, parts sticking out. And this here. And it looks hollow. All these things seem hollow. And just draw your attention to this line going round inside here. That looks carved or sculpted. We have this here. If you look at that, perfectly straight edges. Again, it looks hollow. We have this flowing line, the same here, which is tapered from here and opens up as it goes up. We get this wee bit at the top here. It's open here. We can see the inside of it. And this here. Hard corners. And there's the anomaly we've just looked at. Now I'm going to do this separately. I've got another image of this. To finalise our offerings from today is this one here, which is in the same area. But we're going to take a closer look at this. And I'll zoom out, give you perspective. There it's there. So as this anomaly is a wee bit closer to the camera, we get a lot more detail. So what we've got here. I think you can clearly see that's not a rock, not a normal rock. What I'll do is I'll zoom in and I'll just pan through it and you can marvel at its beauty. And I'll do it slowly. Draw your attention to this here. And this. This here. This here. And we're back where we started. And if you look here, this looks hollow. I think Martian structure beams and structures walls are sort of hollow, because there's a lot of this sort of idea going on Mars. I'll zoom in, really mega zoom, to certain areas like this. I'd like to draw your attention to this flowing line. I'll zoom into this centrepiece. Give you a good look. This piece here. This piece. Symmetrical pieces here. And this looks like wee air vents. This may be to let out the Martian farts, because those half-wits at NASA said there's methane on Mars, and methane means something's farting. And this here looks very decorative. And this looks like a leaf, maybe of a flower. So this could be a flower. That looks sort of tree-like, and that looks leaf-like with flowers. So could that be a carving of some foliage? Maybe, maybe not. Could be anything. And I'll draw your attention to this wee bit here, or two wee bits. This bit's sticking out. You can see it's opened. And we have this bit sticking out as well. And this bit. Pretty cool. So, as ever guys, you can leave some comments in the comments section. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.